Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing well. I want to spend a couple minutes talking about some of the things I'm doing to save extra money. I am currently a teacher. That's where most of my money comes from. Even though we don't make too much, it's the bulk of my income, which I wish was more, but it is what it is. Besides the teaching salary income, that's my most stable form of income, which is, it's nice to have because it's the most amount of money I get, and I know it's going to come twice a month, every month, while I'm employed, which is currently and hopefully for a little while. But besides the teaching income, the other thing that I did recently was to buy a house, the house that I'm currently in now, and I have two roommates living with me, which is really nice. And I apologize, the air conditioning just turned on, so you all have to deal with that. But with my two roommates moving in, they essentially allow me to pay my mortgage and some of my expenses entirely, and then it makes me living here very, very, very cheap, much cheaper than when I was in an apartment, because I was basically paying the same. My rent was very similar to what my mortgage is now, and then obviously you have water and different things on top of that, which makes the house slightly more expensive. But with my two friends living here, not only do I get to hang out with friends more, which I think is good for me because I'm antisocial, very much so, but I also have the ability to live very cheaply as far as what my living expenses are, so I have that money coming in. I also had my first session yesterday of tutoring a little boy that I will hopefully be tutoring on a regular basis, and I'll have that little bit of income, maybe 2 sessions a week, $25 an hour, so $50 a week, which is a little bit, but it adds to that, and it could always be, always has the potential to turn into more clients and different people and to add to that. And that's really kind of like a freelance type gig, so it's what time I set, and obviously you work with them, you pick a time with them, but that is something that I can do on the weekends, and it's not a big deal. And then I also have online coaching that I do very slightly. I have one client, one person that I work with, and he's a great guy, and it's like $15 a month for him, and it's more or less me trying to figure it out and trying to figure out how I'm going to fit it into my day, into my weeks, and do it all online essentially. And that's as I figure that out, then I'll want to try to push to have more people, but I really want it to be a good product before I start trying to spread it out, because I don't want to have crap spread around, because crap stinks. But really, those are my big sources of income, and the reason for me pursuing those different things. Oh, and YouTube, but I don't get hardly anything from YouTube, so it's not even really worth noting. But the reason for me pursuing these different avenues of income is to save more money. When we open a gym, it is a big financial risk to open a business. Most businesses fail. Ours isn't, because we're awesome, and I only say that somewhat sarcastically because we are awesome. We're gonna kick ass, and so I'm not worried about it being successful at all. But for the first few months or the first year of the gym, you could very well make very little money, and that's where being able to work full-time as a teacher, being able to tutor if I need to, being able to, if YouTube was nice to me, give me more YouTube money. If I have a house and rent, I have different sources of income like that. So if the gym doesn't make money, I'm not poor. I'm not quitting everything and putting all my energy into that gym, which some may say that might be the best way to make a business successful, but it's also the complete riskiest, and most businesses fail. So I'm not going to quit everything to pursue that, fail, and then have to go and figure out those things, be in a lot of debt. I don't want to be, I don't want to be in any debt if I can help it. Obviously I have the mortgage now, so that's debt that I have, but essentially that's the same as what I was paying in rent for the apartment, so it's hilarious how that worked out. But with all these different sources, hopefully I'm able to save enough money so we can get the gym started, and I can put my part in and not be entirely broke after putting that part in, but then continue to save up more money and continue to have that wealth accumulation as much as I can. I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination, but I have enough to where I can survive comfortably, and I don't have pets and kids and dogs and different things to pay for. And I plan to keep it that way because those things are expensive, very expensive, and I don't have money to be throwing around like that. But with that being said, I'll wrap up this video here. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.